Are you guys looking for a sports betting strategy that's going to help you win more bets in the NBA? In this video, guys, is going to be about a second half NBA strategy. All right, what that means is you're not going to go ahead and place your bets beforehand. You're going to be able to work this out during the game and exploit it and the odds to your advantage for the second half in the NBA. So now we're going to jump into the whiteboard and I'm going to show you guys exactly this NBA strategy for the second half that you can be able to utilize your bets and make more money in sports betting. Real quick, guys, before we get into that, if you guys like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to that channel, all right? And if you guys are interested in our coaching program or our picks and our plays, go down in the description below and click our link for Linemaker Sports. All right, guys, so let's get into this. What it is an NBA second half strategy. You are going to be placing this basically at halftime, all right? These are going to be plays that you put at halftime for the second half in the NBA. Remember that. Totals, all right? Totals is going to be, that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at the spread. We're not looking at the money line. We're just looking at totals. So what you are going to do is you're going to pull up any type of score app that you have that keeps track of the field goal percentage that that team is at. All right, that is what you're going to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull up that app at halftime and you're going to look at the first half field goal percentage is what you're going to look at. You're going to look at what the field goal percentage for them is in the first half, because this is how we're going to judge what we're going to do in the second half of this game. All right, so as you have that app pulled up and you see exactly what their field goal percentage is in the first half, you also want to have pulled up a website called Team Rankings, and go on their website and you'll be able to see exactly under the NBA tab and pull up team stats, and you'll see what the average field goal percentage is for that team. Now, this strategy only works after about 2 weeks in the NBA. By the time you guys are seeing this, should be good enough time. Go on Team Rankings, go to NBA tab, go to field goal percentage. You'll see exactly what their field goal percentage that they average every single game. How are we going to be able to use the first half field goal percentage along with what they score in a normal game? Let's say, for an example, the Lakers, let's say on average they shoot 47%. All right, let's say they shoot 47% on average per game. Now, let's say the first half of the game, they shoot 39%. Let's say that 39% is what they shot in the first half of the game. So obviously, on average, if they shoot 47% as a whole for a whole entire game, they are probably going to shoot better in the second half than they did in the first half. Obviously, if they're just going to get anywhere close to their average number. So you got to take that into account. Both teams that are playing, you take this into account. You put what their average is, and then you put what their first half field goal percentage is. Now, how this is going to help you, because this is going to make you determine whether you're going to pick the second half total to be over or you're going to pick the second half total to be under. Let's flip these real quick. Let's say that the first half, the Lakers shot 47%. Well, let's say on the season that they shoot 39%. Obviously, that's probably not going to happen. 39% is pretty bad for an average for an NBA team, but just using that as an example. So obviously, second half, they would probably not shoot as well as they did in the first half. So that's where you're going to judge out exactly how to bet this. The odds are they're going to shoot more better in the second half. If that's the case, you're looking at the over in the second half. Now, if you're looking for two teams that are going to shoot worse in the second half to get to their average, then you're looking at the under for the second half. All right, that's what you're looking for. And if they offset, then you don't make no play on it. It's that simple. One team look like they're going to shoot better in the second half, but the other team looks like they're going to shoot worse in the second half. We don't make no play on that. You're looking for it to line up for both teams. You're looking for two teams to either be shooting better in the second half to get to their average, which in case you would bet the over on that. But if you're looking for teams to shoot worse in the second half to get to their season average, you're looking at the under. It may seem a little complicated to what I just told you guys, but believe me, it's very, very simple. All right, it's not that hard to go through. This is a second half strategy that you're going to bet at halftime. You got to be able to log in at halftime to make these bets, obviously. You will find this on any given NBA day, believe me. Unless there's a small slate, then maybe you won't, but on a big slate days, you will find a couple games that are like this, where either both teams are going to project to shoot better in the second half, or they're going to project to shoot worse in the second half. All right, so that is how you determine if you're going to take the over total points in the second half or you're going to take the under total points in the second half. So if we look here, I'm just going to go and do a quick in-depth example using two teams, so that way you guys get a better look at this. All right, let's just say, for example, again, let's say the Lakers. We got the Lakers here, and then let's say we got the Suns. All right, let's say in the first half, let's say the Lakers shot, let's give them that 39% again. Let's say they weren't shooting that well. Let's go ahead and give the Suns, let's say they shot about 42% in the first half. 42%, so Lakers shot 39%, the Suns shot 42% in the first half. So let's look at their averages. Let's say that the Lakers average is that 47%. All right, let's say their average is 47, and let's say the Suns is about 45. They need to shoot better in the second half to get to that 45%. They need to shoot better in the second half to get to that 47%. So in this case, we would be taking the total in the second half on the over, barring that these two teams are going to shoot better in the second half than they did in the first half. If we just take that on the flip side real quick and move these numbers to this side, let's say that in the first half, the Lakers shot 47%. Let's say the Suns shot 45% in the first half, and let's say the average on the season is 39% for the Lakers, the average is 42% for the Suns. This would mean obviously they have to shoot worse in the second half to get down to that number, as does the Suns have to shoot worse from 45% to get down to 42%. So in that case, what would we do? We would take the total in the second half and we would bet on the under. That is your second half NBA strategy, because all we're doing here is taking the field goal percentage in the first half, taking the average that they have on the season, and we're morphing it together to project what they're going to be shooting in the second half. All right, that's all you're doing. You're playing on the law of averages here, and you're taking what a team's average on the season is going to be. They're probably going to get somewhere close to what their average is on the season, barring, a bad performance or not here or there. That's not going to happen every single game. But there will be games like that where a bad beat happens, where a team will shoot 39% in the first half and they'll shoot 39% in the second half. That's just a bad game on a team. It is what it is. But on average, you are looking to get back to what their average field goal percentage is going to be. Once you're able to do that, then this second half strategy, you're going to realize, becomes really profitable. And it's a very easy strategy to do, because all you're doing is popping up your app for the NBA, seeing exactly what they shot in the first half, pulling up team rankings just to see what the average field goal percentage was for that team, and then you're pegging the second half after that. You're seeing exactly, okay, this lines up and this lines up for the over. Both of these teams are going to shoot better, obviously, in the second half to get to their average. I'm taking the over. Or both of these teams are probably going to shoot worse in the second half because they need to come down a little bit to hit their average on the season. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under in the total points. That is your NBA strategy for the second half. So that was the strategy for the NBA in the second half. All right, guys, if you guys enjoyed that strategy, make sure you guys go check out these other videos. Those might help you just as well. All right, guys, and thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Also, go down in the description if you guys are interested in what we do here at Linemaker Sports, or you want to be coached by me one-on-one. As always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys later. Till then, I'm out.